Hey, Father, give us a good, safe day. Thanks to these guys. Pray we accomplish our purpose, find some fish, have some great conversation. Keep us safe, take care of the people we love at home. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
All right. Let's have some fun.
You know, the original plan that I had for David on these days of fishing was to fly fish for big tarpon. Mother Nature did not cooperate. It wasn't going to happen. The water was cold, it was windy. So, you know, another big fish that we chase on a fly rod are big sharks.
Is this different than the typical shallow water shark stuff?
Not really. Not really. And the water we're fishing is not deep. You know, okay. 15 feet would be the deepest.
Right. Well, the shallow makes it more visual, which is fun.
We actually, this time of year is about when the hammerheads first start showing up. So there's a chance we could see a hammerhead as well. I met David Hughes at one of my best friends' celebration of life, Jose Wahebe. Jose passed in a tragic plane accident. It was kind of very sudden. You know, it impacted me very deeply. And David was the one who actually kind of hosted the ceremony. Afterwards, you know, I struggled because Jose and I were so close. I struggled with it. And David was always there for me, you know, when I was having some dark moments.
He loved Jose, I loved Jose. And that sparked the beginning of our friendship, and we fished together over the years. I learned from Rob every single time. And then a little over a year ago, he called me. His father had passed, and Rob loved his dad and wanted to, you know, spread his ashes at sea and asked if I would come, be part of the family, simple thing, and preside over that. And that was a great honor to be there for Rob in that moment with his family. I'm an inshore guy for a bunch of reasons. One is I don't like waves. And we're gonna go offshore in that big, beautiful boat. So I'm going from, you know, my prayer is no longer, God help me catch a fish, it's help me not to hurl on national TV. Man, Rob does it all. Drives the boat, lands the fish. Full service. No! Oh, gosh. That's so wrong. As a pastor, I got to pick my guide moments carefully, you know, the expense. And so the few guys I fish with are all really good guides. But Rob Fordyce is the LeBron James of guides. I mean, he knows it so well. He's so passionate. He's a great coach. So I love fishing with Rob, whether we catch or not, but I always learn plenty.
Oh, look at that.
What's the species we wanted? Oh!
Bunch of rod tip there.
Close.
You know, one of the things that David and I share in the walks of life is getting the youth involved. You know, it's so many kids today spend so much time on their PCs and their Game Boys, and they're indoors and they're not out enjoying what God's given us. And David hits it, you know, from a higher end, and I kind of hit it more on a grassroots, take a kid fishing or hunting kind of end. So we always talk about this, and we do share that in common. Yeah, we're just trying to catch some blue runners so we can, you know, run out there on the reef and slow troll them alive, try and catch a big barracuda.
And then the sharks. We're
going to
working our way up.
We're going to use barracuda.
I like this plan. Start small.
Yep. So we start this big, and we get this big, and then we get real big.
I'm in.
No matter how hard, where we looked, no matter what we tried, we could not catch barracudas for bait. So fly fishing for sharks wasn't going to work. And I kept looking offshore, and it seemed as though the really, really blue water, the edge of the Gulf Stream, had blown in really tight to the reef. So, you know what, the barracudas weren't working. I wanted to just poke my head out there and see what was going on. As we went over the reef, the seas kind of spread apart. It wasn't quite as choppy. The waves were big, but it wasn't quite as nasty as it is on the reef. And we soon found a bunch of big tuna blitzes on the surface. This is a great opportunity for the fly rod.
It's one of the most ancient forms of hide and seek known to man. And nobody knows how to play the fishing game better than the backcountry guides and offshore captains of the Florida Keys and Key West. Ready or not, here we come.
The SeaHunter is brought to you by the Florida Keys and Key West. Come as you are. SeaHunter boats, indestructible, unsinkable. Yeti coolers, built for the wild. Yamaha outboards. Wet Sounds, the ultimate sound machine for your boat. Quantum and Finor, inshore and offshore reels since 1933.
As we went over the reef, the seas kind of spread apart. It wasn't quite as choppy. The waves were big, but it wasn't quite as nasty as it is on the reef. And we soon found a bunch of big tuna blitzes on the surface.
They take a fly?
Yeah, maybe.
Swim away, boys.
Strip it really fast when I get you a shot in there.
Just a little short. Moved on down the road, Rob.
Yeah, I'll get you there.
Way over there, I think.
The things that happens when you get the Gulf Stream really tight to the reef is you get these current eddies, and often it entraps bait. You know, you get these giant bait balls, and that's just ringing the dinner bell for all kinds of tunas. They basically trap these baits up on the surface and create a frenzy, and there can be acres of bonitas, blackfin tunas. Every kind of tuna we have here in South Florida will kind of come to those big blitzes.
Finally.
All right. Catch fish, Rob, catch fish.
I just gotta go get the skunk off the boat.
I wouldn't do anything to help. There we go.
Well, the good news is, it's not bonitas.
What is it?
Dinner.
Little blackfin?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to catch one of those. Sushi time.
The one unique thing about tunas are they can be boat shy, and they don't like the noise of the motor sometimes. They don't like the crashing of the boat, so you have to make long casts. This particular day, the baits that they were crashing and the bait balls that they were smashing on were very, very small baits. So in order to get a bite, you had to make a very long cast. The boat's rocking, it's crashing in the sea. You're trying to keep your balance, and if you're not right in the middle of one of these bait blitzes, you're not gonna get a bite. Just throwing on the edge is not gonna work.
Tuna explosion! Rob's showing off again, There he is. Tuna time. I have issues. I wanted to catch that tuna on a fly, which makes everything a little bit tougher. Rob's knocking him dead with his spin caster. Of course, Rob's a great fisherman. But I wanted to pick up a new species on fly.
Good, strip that fast.
Little bird's nest at a bad time. There we go.
You got him, good job. Perseverance.
Man.
Oh, hold on there. Oh, you got a tangle, huh?
Let's keep it interesting.
Okay, you're clear on my end. Can we try and help you with your fly line there?
Yeah, if you want to. This fly line's brand new and its memory is terrible.
Hand me your tip. I may let go here. Oh, man. I gotta let go.
We're just fighting with it.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to reel that through.
Hand lining.
Here you go. Hand me your tip. I'll see if I can get it out.
You know, it's not uncommon when you're fly fishing, when you hook a fish and you're clearing all this line that you have down at your feet, to have a knot come up. And sometimes these knots are so big that they do not want to go in and out of the guides very well. A lot of great fish are lost with the fly rod because of these situations. Well, lo and behold, David does hook a nice tuna, and of course, he gets a big knot when he's clearing it. It's just unfortunate. It's not anything he could have done different to stop it. It just happens as part of the game. And when that happens, you kind of count on a friend to help you out.
You're good.
Man, thank you, bud. That was a little easier.
That's a little better?
That's a little better, thank you.
By the time I put it in neutral, they started coming straight at us.
Yeah. Too much fun, Rob.
Well, it's something new for you anyway.
Oh, heck yeah.
Little combat offshore fishing. You know what? You got a tuna, not a bonita.
Let's get him then. Sounds like sushi to me. Yes! That'll work.
First tuna?
First tuna, man.
All right, let's go catch a bigger one.
It's always exciting to catch a new species, and especially a tuna. It wasn't a big one, but I was shocked how hard they fight. Great little fish.
David,
Yep.
look over here. I think it's a whale shark.
Oh my goodness.
You see it?
Yeah. Unreal.
Thing's got to be 18 feet long or so.
Wow. We saw this whale shark. I had never seen one before. Massive, just working its way through the bait school. Great to see something new on the water.
Oh, big tuna just busted over
Nice.
here.
Now Rob's catching the fish now. That's what he does.
Must be foul, the way he's fighting. Look at all the minnows here in the water.
That's what they're eating?
Yeah, you see the cloud of minnows?
Circle of life, circle of life. And it's bad to be on the wrong end of the food chain.
All right, settle down, buddy.
Just to keep it exciting. Whale shark on one side. I'm not sure what I have here. A blackfin, but who knows?
They're great fish. I mean, these aren't
Big ones,
big
but
by tuna standards, but they're still fun. He's still swimming.
sushi time.
I may have to chase him. I'm running out of line.
I can do it for you.
Yeah, just a big bonita. A little big for this tackle. Fun, though. I feel like I have my buddy Charlie Schiffer with us today. Every time we take Charlie, he catches bonitas. When we're trying to catch other things.
Bent rod, all good, bent rod.
This is what I'd like you to get on fly, one about this size.
Yeah.
You know what this is, though?
I'm asking
The
you.
best
Shark bait, yeah.
Shark bait.
They're real bloody and oily.
Yeah.
So what is up, Church by the Glades? Man, good to see you. If you're a guest, I'm David Hughes. I'm one of the pastors.
I grew up in church, and I grew up in a good church, but it was kind of dull. We want a church to be undull. And Jesus used creativity. He told parables, stories about recognizable things. We do the same. So I try to pluck things from culture, things in the news, things making noise or buzz, and things out of my own life experience. And I love fishing.
David's just one of those charismatic guys. You know, he's able to make anyone that he's around enjoy their experience with him. And he prevails doing that when he does a sermon.
When Jesus wanted to change the world, he didn't choose religious professionals or politicians. He chose fishermen. Wanted to change the world, choose a bunch of fishermen. Yeah, sometimes people criticize our church for being entertaining. For me, that's not a criticism, that's a compliment. If I can capture people's attention or entertain them, we can teach them something.
I had never been to a church with that much energy or experienced services that were so enjoyable for every age, from little kids all the way up to, grandparents.
Oh, yeah! Welcome to the Comfy Couch newest series at Church by the Glades. Gonna be fun today.
We're traditional in our theology, but very progressive in our presentation methodology, and we love broken people. We kind of do church for people who don't do church. And God's blessed, and it's gone from kind of a small church to a very big church in recent years.
About midway through the day, the tuna kind of slowed down a little bit. The seas calmed a little bit. We still had this great Gulf Stream edge, I thought it might be a great opportunity to try and catch David a sailfish on fly. He had never done that, so I thought this would be a great time for him to experience that situation. One of the techniques that I came up with was creating a leader, basically a daisy chain, using little elbows of wire and actually drinking straws to attach these ballyhoo to the leader. There's no hooks involved, it's very fast. You slide the straw over the elbow of the wire and the bill of the ballyhoo. And the ballyhoo stay alive really well for a long time.
Okay, Rob, so help me know exactly, if this happens, what you want me to do as far as, where do I place the fly? Am I gonna lead the fish, outside the fish?
The fish gonna get up on the bait, hopefully before he just inhales it.
Right.
I'm gonna get it away from him with that spinning rod.
Okay.
As I'm winding those baits to the boat, he's gonna chase. I'm gonna drop my rod tip, and I say go. I want you to throw right over top of my line.
Okay. Now, all that was a learning experience. I've never seen any of that before. Most of my fishing, I feel like inshore, I'm pretty knowledgeable, but offshore, total neophyte, newbie.
Something on the bait here. Something on the bait. That look like a sail. That's him. It's black. He see him off to the left? See him? See that real black thing?
Nope.
It's a nice medium-sized one, too, like a 30, 40 pounder. Perfect. Oh, dolphin, dolphin, dolphin. Shoot. Strip out quick, quick. Come on, man. Dang, that didn't take long. Go right over the baits. Right there. Strip it. Strip. You go. Oh, throw it right back. Strip it.
Come on, you.
A whole bunch of them. Strip. Just leave it. Let him eat it. Oh, you took it away from him.
You know, we were able to raise a sailfish and get a shot at one, and we raised some small dolphin and got a shot at those as well. But they were pretty lethargic. They almost acted as though they were full. And the fish have to be turned on when they come up on these baits, or they will not switch over to the fly, and that was the case in this situation. The day started off with it howling, started to lay down a little bit in the afternoon. Even the sharks weren't cooperating. You know, we started out tough. We had a little middle of the day blitz with the tunas, and then now the sharks are being tough. It's just one of those days. You're not going to beat Mother Nature. So as we drifted along, we did manage to catch a reef shark on a bait.
Come on, Rob.
It's acting kind of sharky.
About time we found one.
Well, if we don't get after him quick, we're not going to have one.
Not gonna help. Come on, Rob. Catch this fish. Oh, trying to take in the markers.
I cleared it.
We can put it down and I'll follow him.
Sure. Got one right on this line, David.
Okay.
Little reef shark. That was supposed to be you on the fly rod.
It's all right. That's a catch. Man, he ran.
Yeah, that thing took off.
Man, they're athletes.
Let's see if I can get the hook out. There's a hook out right on the back of the rocket launcher.
Nice.
There we go.
Man. Good job.
We got the skunk off. Now
Not
let's catch one
coming
on a
easy.
fly rod.
Keep up with the SeaHunter on social media. Follow us on Instagram and like us on Facebook. You can also visit us at theseahuntertv.com.
There's no espresso machine. No smiling barista. Just you and an axe. You're welcome to a hot cup of comfort. But you gotta serve yourself.
The SeaHunter is brought to you by Ray Marine, Simply Superior. Mojo Sportswear, get your mojo on. Garmin Verbs, the official action camera of the SeaHunter. Alvarez General Boats. Sea Star Solutions. Best Fab.
For me, the allure of fly fishing, as you see, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes, you just get skunked, but that's what makes it so appealing. It's tough. If you want to shoot a deer, a rifle's a better way to go than a bow. But a bow combines not just knowledge, skill. And I feel like fly rod, same thing. You got to develop the skill, the technique, the degree of athleticism. So I love the way that fuses together. So late in the day, with the conditions being kind of tough, our fallback was sharks. Sharks are pretty prevalent in Florida. And if you're using bait, pretty easy to catch, but a fly makes everything tougher.
So we're drifting. We're leaving scent out. I keep putting new baits, adding baits to the stringer. I mean, eventually, I know this has got to pan out. We got way too good of baits. We're covering way too much ground, but the sharks just aren't cooperating. And lo and behold, before I know it, I look up and here comes
A giant shark coming. Trip it. Big hammerhead. You got him on. You got him on. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's about a 500-pound hammerhead.
Did I have him foul hooked?
No, he ate it.
Bringing a knife to a gunfight. What a beast.
Does he even know he's hooked yet?
Probably not. He's swatting the gnats. Could you find a bigger one, Rob?
From the time I was a little kid, I've always been mesmerized by sharks, and I think most kids are. I just think they think sharks are cool. But my favorite shark, by far, is a hammerhead. They just have this giant rudder of a head. They're one of the fastest sharks that swim. They're strong. They can be very spooky sometimes. It's just one of those mystical creatures that I've always, kind of admired since the time I was a little guy.
Oh, gosh. There's a sprint. That's all right. That's all right.
I'm really glad that we got a shark on fly, but I'm not sure that's the one you wanted. Here's your fly line.
All right. I vaguely remember having a fly line.
I see your fish right there. See the color?
Yep. So Dan was asking me if I had a fish story. Got one now.
Yes, you do.
Nobody thought we had a shot. That fish was so big. But 30 minutes into it, we turned him on his side. And a few minutes later, we turned him on the side again. Oh, and we got orange. You jerk. Head shake. Didn't like that.
No, and the fish is even higher than it was before.
Yeah.
Good job keeping the heat on him. I know how much work that is.
Oh, it's good. It's good stuff. Come on, fish. Oh!
You're kidding. Hey, that was an epic
Oh,
battle.
my goodness. The one that got away.
42 minutes. The fish was 500-600 pounds.
Oh,
You
my
were-
goodness.
You were way outgunned there, buddy.
You think so? At the end of the day, look, it's always a learning experience. I've never fished offshore like that, never caught a tuna before, saw things I've never seen. I mean, just the eco-tour factor was amazing. But I always learn with Rob. And then to have a legitimate shot at the fish of a lifetime. It was a great day. It makes me hungry to try it again. In fact, next time I'm catching that big fish.
Yeah, he just chafed you off. You can see there.
Yeah.
It's all abraded. Hey, that was fun anyway.
That was awesome.
Good job.
That was awesome. It was crazy fun.
It was worth seeing the bite.